You're listening to Heroes in the Moment.
What's up, heroes? I'm Michael.
And I'm Nathan.
Today, She-Hulk trailer.
It just dropped, right?
It just dropped. Super unexpected. I was not expecting this trailer.
I was not either, dude.
Hype for it. So first thing I want to highlight real quick is the name change.
They changed it?
They changed the name. It's no longer just She-Hulk like it originally was. It is now She-Hulk, Attorney of Law is the title of the show.
Why do you think they would
know.
change that? To appeal to more like, I don't know,
law
like daytime
centric,
TV,
kind of
like
thing.
law people?
I guess I can see why She-Hulk Attorney of Law. Like, it sounds official. It sounds like, okay, this is another law show, only it's a superhero law show, which is pretty cool.
That just seems weird because Jennifer Walters is the attorney, right?
Right.
So like, if it's about She-Hulk, why include her human like
Jennifer
occupation?
Walters is the attorney, but also in the comics, She-Hulk does do some attorney stuff as well.
Yeah, for like the superhumans,
because
right?
it's like She-Hulk isn't just like Hulk, to where she turns into She-Hulk and she's like a brainless monster. No, she actually has control and she knows who she is.
She takes pride in that too,
right?
Unlike Hulk,
right? And it does have that of a recent She-Hulk comic book. It's like very law centric. And I think that's what they're going off of, is kind of just She-Hulk Attorney of Law. I'm not sure exactly why they just bring in a whole new name change after like announcing it 2 years plus ago.
That's just weird. It's not like Moon Knight museum worker.
I don't know. I don't know.
Mercenary. I don't know.
Yeah. So that was a little bit odd to me, but still interesting in the stuff. But initial reactions to the trailer. First thing first, I have to say, and we talked about this right before, the CGI looks absolutely terrible.
It looks terrible.
It looks horrendous.
It just looks like they took, a brush and green paint,
dude,
and they painted over the actress. Like, that's literally what it is.
It looks worse than that. Like, honestly,
it looks terrible.
Like, her lips don't even barely move. Like, with her talking. Like, did you notice that?
Yeah.
Like, when she's talking, it's weird. It's off. Like, and I'm like, are you kidding me? I mean, my initial was like, okay, this is CW CGI, but then I was like, this is worse than CW CGI.
This is worse than CW CGI.
Whoa, this was bad. Like, Marvel, man.
Think about it. Marvel is the biggest movie studio in the world.
Right.
They're the most profitable movie studio in the world.
Correct.
And here's the problem. It's not that they don't have enough money or maybe a big enough budget. I think the problem is they're just overproducing content. It just seems like they're rushing their employees along to just get crap out.
They just want to get it done.
They're like,
out.
all right, come on. But the CGI isn't ready yet.
No, it's not. I mean, I'm hoping they can crank out and work more on it.
See, I don't think they will.
I know.
I really don't think. I think they'll keep it like this. Like, to be honest,
that would be
they already dropped the trailer, but I'm pretty sure Feige just like wanted a date for this, so they were forced to rush the CGI. And in turn, it looks.
They
terrible.
literally could have gave it because we didn't even know the release date. It was leaked, but they could have easily just been like, okay, it's October or September, given an extra month to work on CGI. But like,
it's terrible.
It looks absolutely awful.
It looks like something like from the 80s.
It looks worse than that, to be honest. Like, even the Hulk in the 80s show looked better than that.
Yeah,
if I'm being honest, it was so confusing to me. Like, I was like, when I saw the CGI initially, I was like, what? This cannot be MCU. And it is, and that's what really, really baffled me. I mean, I don't know.
And that's just gonna draw a lot of attention away from what's actually going on.
And I mean, the show to me, it looks interesting. It looks like enjoyable. And I see a lot of things that I know I like about it. And I feel like it's right up your alley in those sense of law and, that kind of
Law's
thing.
Cool, yeah.
For that stuff. But at the same time, it's just like that CGI is going to take away a lot of points. It really will.
Yeah.
Like, it easily could take it down from literally we always start with a show being a 10 out of 10, before we watch it.
Yeah.
So then it's made it an 8 now. It's literally an 8.
It's worse than an 8.
I don't know if it can be worse than an 8 just because of CGI. But still, that's 2 points. I mean, it could be worse.
And I definitely think to wrap this up, we speak for all Marvel fans when we say we would rather have greater time in between projects when they're thoroughly worked on.
Yeah,
and their quality rather than just rush half finished stuff.
Right, and I agree. All right, and the show itself, it looks very comic-y. It looks very comic accurate.
It's listed as a comedy show, isn't it?
It is. It is listed as a comedy, which is cool. You get its own central comedy, but it's also very super comic accurate, which I enjoy. I'm not a huge She-Hulk comic person, But the ones I've read, it's very similar to those, and the ones that it relatable to that. So it looks very much like a comic book, which I like, and I think that's pretty cool. But it also seems to be very woke, if that makes sense to me too. Like I can feel those vibes as well coming from it, to where I'd rather sit down and just watch a show and not be bombarded with politics. So it's like
no, like I said, obviously Disney has an agenda, and we're gonna see that a lot in Miss Marvel and this. But to be honest, I didn't feel it as much as I have some of their other projects.
Okay.
But maybe that was just my first impression.
Right. All right, so to get off the bat, shot by shot, we'll break down this trailer for you guys. It starts up pretty strong, actually, with quite a bit of action, and then Hulk commentating. Mark Ruffalo, of course, Bruce Banner commentating. And then, of course, we see a car accident, which is probably where she gets hurt, Jennifer Walters gets hurt, and then ends up needing Bruce's blood transfusion to where she becomes the She-Hulk.
That's odd, because I know in the comics, at least, she got it from, I think, some dudes in the gang shot her up because she was prosecuting their boss.
She was in a car accident.
I think
She was
I'm
in a
pretty
car
sure that's in
accident.
the comics.
She was in a car
I
accident.
read the other day.
She was in a car accident.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go check
I'm pretty
it.
sure
after
she
this.
was in a car accident.
I
I think so. That's what I read the other day too. I looked at that.
looked at
It's
my
all-
Marvel Encyclopedia before I came.
Oh, for She-Hulk to see that? I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
they might just be capping.
Maybe there's
anyway.
two different multiverse
I
versions.
want to see though. I want to see her almost die.
She probably will.
They gotta play it
Yeah.
off. We know she's gonna
Right.
live, so they gotta really play it off.
Right. And to where she needs, to where Hulk, Bruce Banner's the only one he can give blood to her.
Well, that doesn't make much sense. How, bro? You know what's gonna happen if the Hulk gives you blood.
Right. But I think what happened was, if I can remember correctly in the comics, is he got her to her first in order to save her life in that immediate moment. He was the only one that was able to give her the blood. So I think that's
I just would have ripped apart someone as a Hulk and then taken their blood and put it in there.
That's unethical.
I don't want another Hulk.
Right.
Maybe it might be unethical.
Could be. But anyway, that's, of course, we got to see that origin story someplace, and I'm sure it's not going to be a Moon Knight to where she words where she She-Hulk right off the bat. I think that she'll become it in the first episode. And we'll see that origin, of course, and for sure. And of course, it seems like Hulk is going to be pretty involved in this show, which is really cool. And of course, Hulk has always been done dirty in the MCU.
Facts.
Anyway,
Facts.
except for early on. So I'd really like to see more of a cooler, better Hulk, even though this show seems like it's going to be Professor Hulk again.
Yeah. It seems like Professor Hulk with a little bit more of the angry Hulk. Obviously, some people are theorizing, right? Is it set, before Endgame? Is it set after, right? Because at the end of Shang-Chi, we get to see that,
Right.
he's, no longer Hulk. But even the CGI and the Professor Hulk, the Professor Hulk thing, I just don't think it's doing it.
Yeah, I
to
don't
be
think it looks
honest.
as bad as her, though.
It definitely doesn't. But like you said, I want to see more of the Hulk we know.
Right.
Or the Hulk we
And
want
I
to see.
completely agree. I want to see Hulk, and we haven't got what we've wanted in a while.
He does look better than he did in
Right.
Endgame, right? We get to see him leap one
Right.
time, but
right.
come
I
on
know.
now.
Hopefully, we'll see better versions of him
Hulk
in the
out,
future.
dude.
I really hope so. All right, then it shows us, of course, Jennifer Walters in her day-to-day life with her friends, and then her job as a lawyer, which is super cool. And then we, of course, get the confirmation of the superhuman law division, which she's going to lead. Which I love that concept. I can't wait to see that explored in the show. I really can.
Dude, I want to see Daredevil hop in.
Yes, he's going to be in the show.
Is he
for sure.
rumored to be in the show?
He's rumored. So
Alright,
I think he should be in
They
it.
shouldn't show him, obviously, in the trailers.
No.
They should keep it like that.
I think
but
if he is to be in it, I can see him maybe in episode 2. I doubt it'll be the whole
you're
series.
talking about lawyers defending superhumans, and we already know that Charlie Cox is Daredevil. Lawyers up for
Is the
Spider-Man
in the MCU.
So, dude, throw him in there.
Throw him in there. We'd
Throw
love
him
to
in
see
there.
him.
Come on now.
And I would love, also with this superhero law division and seeing that throughout the show, because of course it's She-Hulk Attorney at Law now, so we got to see a lot of the courtroom. I'm really excited. I hope this, what will happen is we'll see several comic book characters that we've never seen before, or several MCU characters we've seen in the past,
on trial?
come on, be on trial. Because it'd be kind of cool. This would be a great way to introduce D-list characters and just say they exist.
Yeah.
Instead of just being bring them in a weird way. This would be a perfect way to bring in non-known characters, but bring them in for the comic book fans. Be like, okay, that's cool.
to
They're
get
here.
roasted in court.
Exactly, and
Your
that would be
Honor,
great.
this
And we know
man
the
is
show.
guilty because he killed 100 people. Guilty. Bam. Over.
Bam, done. Unless you have maybe she can
D-list
defend
characters
them.
moving in and out.
I
Just
know.
doing
Be great. But we do know the show. I did hear it was weird. Originally, I heard the show was supposed to be 10 episodes, but then I heard somebody say it was supposed to be 9. So it'll be 9 to 10 episodes at least. I know it's going to be quite a bit.
But they're gonna be shorter though. They're gonna be 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Which is solid enough, which would be cool. But it gives us plenty of time to where we're able to see like court cases and more stuff like that. And my theories are maybe we'll see like people like Absorption Man come up in the MCU because he's a big Hulk character.
Yeah.
Maybe the Leader come back because we just got to see him at the end of the Incredible Hulk and never seen him again.
We never got to see him. Yeah.
Or maybe even others. So that would be really cool. So hopefully we get to see some of the other cool characters a little bit later. And I do believe actually William Hurt obviously was, of course he can't, but he was supposed to be in the series, I think,
that's so
as
sad.
the Red Hulk. But unfortunately,
I wonder what their plans are going to be for Red Hulk now.
I wonder if, because he passed away, not too long ago. So I wonder if they've already filmed his scenes for the show. If
they probably have. They probably filmed like at least a year, 2 years ago.
Right. I mean, I don't know for sure if he's in it or not, but I think he was originally he was rumored he's supposed to be in it.
I mean, it just makes sense for Red Hulk to be in here.
It would be. So I don't know. And, it's super unfortunate of his passing and what they'll do with that character or if they'll do anything with that character. All right. Next up, we see Tim Roth returning. Which was super awesome.
Dude, I rewatched Incredible Hulk the other day. He was great. Like, he's one of the brightest parts in that movie.
For sure. And of course, him back as Abomination. Last time we saw him was in Shang-Chi. Obviously, it wasn't Tim Roth. It's just the Abomination in Shang-Chi. And he looks to maybe be, in my theory is, it shows that Supermax prison looking thing. I personally think that's going to be the Vault prison. That's my opinion. Because, there's a ton of different prisons throughout Marvel. We've already seen the Raft in the MCU.
Dude, the Raft
so to bring in the Vault, I think would be cool because as we know in the comics and stuff, or you guys may not know, but I'll explain it to you guys. The Vault is kind of a prison for gamma radiated heroes, obviously Abomination, and also just super maxed up villains or stuff like that. So that'd be cool to see. I hope it, or it could just be some random prison. I don't know.
Some random prison.
Could very well be. I don't know. Next up, we see Professor Hulk, and we see them have a training montage / testing of her abilities and stuff, which I thought was cool.
I thought it was cool, but I also didn't think it was necessary because I think most people will know what She-Hulk is capable of.
Right.
So I understand why they're throwing that in already. Training montage. Let's look at what She-Hulk can do in the first trailer.
Right.
Is it just to garner interest, maybe?
I feel part of the reason is, to show Hulk and to get interest, of course, the Hulk fans to come in. And along with that is because, a lot of people don't know who She-Hulk is, and they can have an idea of her powers just because her name is obviously She-Hulk. But it'd be kind of interesting to, see that. Obviously, I think it is needed for the show because it's needed for the character Jennifer Walters to become She-Hulk. So I don't really have a problem with that. I thought that was pretty interesting. But I do wonder how much we will see Hulk in the show. Do you think he'll just be in the first couple episodes or he'll be in it throughout?
I think he'll be in the first couple episodes, especially as a mentor. And then later he'll drop out a little bit. But I feel like he'll come back in the end for a big battle. I'm calling out for big battle with the bad guy.
Right. That would be awesome, and I really hope that is what happens because I love Hulk. I really do.
I
want to see more of a Hulk. I want to see him Hulk out. I really do.
But we're not gonna. That's the thing.
I know.
We're not gonna.
We're probably not, and hopefully we will in the future though, because there is a lot of rumors suggesting that they got a lot of good plans for him.
Give us a Wolverine versus Hulk movie.
That would be
if
fantastic.
You actually love us, Kevin
That would
Feige.
be fantastic.
That would be cool, wouldn't it?
Perfect.
That would be great.
It would be such a good movie. Anyway, all right. And it's also important to note though, with the Hulk, we see Professor Hulk. His hand is okay. His hand is completely okay. So this leads me to believe this show has to take place during the blip.
During the blip. You think it's during the blip?
I do. It has to. Because otherwise, why is his arm completely okay? His arm would be all shriveled up if it didn't, you know?
Either that. I don't even know if the sorcerer's magic could be able to heal something like that.
No. I mean, that's pretty bad stuff.
Yeah.
That was an injury.
That's a whole gauntlet,
Exactly. So I feel like this has got to take place during the blip. It would make sense. You know what I'm saying? And plus, along with that, another reason it would make sense is along with Abomination, we see him in Shang-Chi, which takes place post-blip. So possibly, She-Hulk makes a deal with Wong to kind of rehabilitate Abomination in a way.
Oh.
And send him to Wong to rehabilitate him.
So Wong just clapping him overseas in a fight club.
I don't know, but Wong is rumored to be in the show as well. So
I saw that today.
Yeah,
dude, he's in everything now.
I know he's in everything.
Get your bag, Benedict.
It's the MCW, the Marvel Cinematic Wong. I don't know, but anyway, so that would be kind of cool to see. Maybe Wong bring in and come in and get Abomination and on his side and all that stuff. So maybe we'll see that. And hopefully not only Abomination, but we'll get a lot more other Hulks, hulked out people in this universe. So it's just like Sakaar or Mysterio, or other people like that.
He would be great.
I know, but it'd be awesome. I would love to see more Hulks.
But I just want to see the regular Hulk. To be honest with you,
I know. That would be.
Stop trying to give us all these fakers, bro. We want to see the real
we
thing.
We want to see
authentic,
the legit Hulk.
I want to see Hulk blow the planet.
And then, in the rest of the trailer, we see a lot of comedy. Like we said, it's a comedy show. But to me, the comedy was not that funny to me.
It
seemed forced. It's cheesy,
yes. But like, I didn't laugh at anything as I was watching. I was like, dude, this generally feels like something like you turn on daytime TV and you'd watch it.
It seems like
for real.
I mean, yeah, I agree. Like,
honestly,
they were. I can see a lot of like women resonating with these jokes and for it to be funny to them and stuff. But like, for us, it's just not that good for us.
But so I wonder, is that the demographic Marvel's trying to hit?
I think they're trying to hit
this
women.
Show.
I really do. Yeah, I think so.
Don't hit women.
We do not hit women.
We don't condone that.
We do not. But
they're trying to market it towards.
I know. I do like the story of the show that they're getting across in the trailer, being like her looking all like a hero and looking like someone who can do heroic things like a superhero, but then not wanting to. I think that's a pretty cool concept because we've not really seen that before. Because most people who get powers are like, oh yeah,
let me use them.
So I think that's kind of cool. And just she wants to be a lawyer. She wants to live her life normally. So that's kind of cool to see
Respect.
as well.
You don't see that too much.
We don't. So that's a pretty cool concept as well. Then we also see in like the courtroom area, we see Titania, who is one of her villains that they were fighting in the courtroom, which would be cool.
Titania goes all the way back to what is it? Secret Wars, right? In the early to mid 80s.
I mean, she's not a big character, but still at the same time, it's pretty cool to see her
she
in
fall
this.
for Creel Crusher.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So it's pretty cool to see that, and they had a huge history. Like she's like her main villain, I guess. And
is she the main villain?
She's not going to be the main villain in the show, but she's like a big villain to She-Hulk and stuff.
Besides that comic book, I haven't like read that much or know too much about.
Yeah, she's
her.
in a lot of She-Hulk stuff. And then we also see a quick image of Frogman in the trailer, like really briefly.
Frogman. I didn't even know that was a character.
I didn't either. So
Frogman.
Frogman. I was like, who's Frogman?
Why?
It's gonna be another like one of those. That's things I'm actually looking forward to.
Is he a villain?
I think so.
Like he just goes ribbit.
But he actually, I mean, he looked just like his comic suit. Like when I saw a video, I was watching a video about it, and it showed him like in like a really good res pic, and then it showed like his comic suit. It looked exactly the same, and I was like, "Hey,
Frogman!" So he has the powers of a frog.
I guess
he's like Toad, but like a Kmart version.
Kmart version of Toad, because Toad's a goat.
Toad's a goat.
He's great.
Cool.
He's great.
But Frogman, he's like peeing on whoever picks you up. You just hope the villains pick you up and pee on them.
So yeah. Anyway, we got him. So like a little D-list character there. So it's cool. So like like I said earlier, hopefully we'll get a lot more of those in the courtroom. But to be honest, this trailer did not get me super hyped for the show anyway.
It didn't.
I know you were super looking forward to this show, really.
I know I was. I had it ranked pretty high with the whole factor. Initially, I thought Red Hulk was gonna be a Daredevil, a cool new Hulk, but I don't know, dude. Like you said, the CGI sucks.
It's terrible.
The comedy doesn't look that funny, and it seems kind of like way too woke. So I don't know, dude.
We'll have to see in the future, but we'll see. I don't know. This didn't get me too hyped, but hopefully, I am excited for seeing Abomination again. I'm also excited to see Hulk back on the, I guess, the small screen. So it'd be cool to see that. So, yep.
All right, guys. If you enjoyed this episode, let us know by giving us a review on a download. Heroes in the Moment is available on all major podcast platforms. So go ahead, check us out. Give us a listen. And like I said, that download is really appreciated. Our next episode, if nothing comes out in the next week, Michael and I, we're going to do like a news of the week. So a lot of times we're just busy reacting to shows, bringing down movies, trailers, all that jazz. But we don't have a lot of time to break down like a lot of news that comes out, like rumored projects, castings, all that stuff.
Right.
So we might just start a segment, news of the week. So if nothing comes out, like I said, we'll hit y'all next week with just some updated news and our thoughts on it.
That would be great. And we just want to thank you guys for listening, and we hope you come back. And as always, we love you 3000.